Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. We have finally arrived at the best show of the week, and just when it seemed like inconsistency issues would be sorted out, bam, another spanner got thrown in the works, and that was not to be. But nevertheless, scrap all that. That won't make a difference if you're watching this a few months from now. We are here in Columbus, Ohio, where tonight we will determine the #1 contender for the ECW Championship at our next exclusive pay-per-view, ECW Heatwave. But before all that, Roderick Strong has stated that he wants to have a shot against the newest member of the Wyatt family, against one of the most talked about stars there is right now on the ECW roster. That man is Aleister Black, so that is going to be a great matchup here tonight. But here is the 4 men participating for the opportunity to challenge for Seth Rollins' ECW Championship: Bray Wyatt, Tony Nese, Bobby Roode, and Chris Jericho. All 4 men standing a strong opportunity of challenging for Seth Rollins, but only one man is going to get that chance to go after the Architect. We'll find out who that's going to be tonight, but we're going to kick things off with some Cruiserweight action. Cruiserweight Championship on the line here tonight. Dean Malenko will look to try and reclaim that Cruiserweight Championship away from the current Cruiserweight Champion, who is, of course, Suicide, the winner of the Cruiserweight Classic a few weeks ago. Defended his championship at One Night Stand. No, sorry, won the championship at One Night Stand off of Akira Tozawa. Tozawa, of course, still a little bit rocky and not really wanting to return to the ring yet, following that attack from the Authors of Pain before the pay-per-view event. Nevertheless, here tonight, Malenko, who is not exactly on the best of momentum, having suffered a loss last week to the Usos, who we will see fight the Authors of Pain after this matchup. Finally getting to see what the whole beef was about between the two teams at One Night Stand. But right now we see Malenko in the ring getting ready to challenge Suicide. Suicide right now looking strong, looking completely dominant really, and looking like he is ready to try and defend that Cruiserweight Championship once more. We saw it at One Night Stand really. He kind of defended the championship with a lot of ease. It was not like it was a difficult challenge for Suicide. And here he is, making his way towards the ring. That Cruiserweight Championship around his waist. Will it be just the one title defense for the man who rebirthed his career at the Cruiserweight Classic and really got that key moment at One Night Stand when that championship ended up around his waist? Will that be the only time, though, we see Suicide with the championship around his waist, or will he triumph over the Iceman, the man who's held that championship around his waist on one previous occasion? Suicide, you can kind of see the mentality towards this guy almost broken in the mindset. Not like Matt Hardy kind of broken, but he is fragile in the mind. It's almost as if Suicide has throughout his life gone through such torment, such awful occasions, that he has arrived at being the man he is here today. A man who does not care about the perceived belief about him, does not care about what he believes about others. Suicide is simply a man who heads into that ring with one thing in mind: causing pain to others that he has gone through his entire life. However, despite that, despite his optimistic viewpoint on life, I think is the best way of putting it, he has become a bit of a crowd favorite, especially in the Cruiserweight Classic, and I think it's because of Suicide's past and as well as his record in this universe. People just want to cheer for this man, despite the way he comes across. Nevertheless, Suicide getting into the ring here tonight to start things off against Dean Malenko. Difficult to say who could be next in line for Suicide. All I know is I will make sure that from now until Heatwave we will not have another championship defense of the Cruiserweight Championship, and rather focus on getting a legitimate #1 contender, as opposed to these constant changing up of Cruiserweight champions maybe, and constant changing up of #1 contenders between ECW pay-per-views. Now, I will be sure that this will still continue on, this Cruiserweight Championship defense, but it will be only once between the pay-per-views. However, of course, I will still rely on the votes by the best fans there are, the ECW fans, because the ECW fans know they're watching the best show, therefore, by default, making them the best fans. Thank you very much for destroying Raw's ratings last week, and also destroying Raw's ratings this week by not watching Raw. Much appreciated. Anyway, Malenko, you can kind of see just the stone-dead personality that he possesses. There's a reason why he is simply labelled as the Iceman. and with a look like that you can hardly explain. But Suicide possesses that same look. I mean, it is a man behind a mask, obviously, but it is still a lifeless expression from Suicide. Suicide gives the championship over to the referee now, who checks it over with Malenko. Both these men know what they're fighting for and are ready to go to war here to determine who will be the Cruiserweight Champion. Will Malenko hold that championship on a second occasion, or will Suicide's recent burst of momentum continue on? And will it be enough to surpass the man of 1,000 holds? As this matchup gets underway, what have we got on tap for you for the rest of the night? We have, as I previously stated, the Usos versus the Authors of Pain coming up after this. For those unaware, at One Night Stand, the Usos cost the Authors of Pain the ECW Tag Team Championship, running in during that matchup and basically doing their best to make sure the Authors of Pain were not walking out with those ECW Tag Team titles. I finally decided that as opposed to waiting weeks and weeks for these men to get their hands on one another a one-night stand, why not let the match occur here tonight, so then that way the winner can really focus on becoming #1 contenders for that tag team title. Suicide, they're almost won immediately from the start. They're countering that Alabama slam into a roll-up, but it was not to be. Following that match then, we have... Gotta take a moment to remember what it was. It's certainly something. Oh yes, it is actually the matchup that was advertised previously. It is Aleister Black versus Roderick Strong, going one-on-one with one another. We saw Black last week destroy TJ Perkins upon his debut in this universe. However, Roderick Strong, I think, will prove to be a huge test for Aleister Black, and it'll give us an idea of what kind of damage Black can bring, what kind of damage he can take as well when he faces Roderick Strong of the Four Horsemen. Speaking of the Four Horsemen, their matches continue on here tonight. In the next matchup of the night, we will witness Baron Corbin, a man currently in conflict with one of the men actually involved in potentially fighting for the ECW Championship later on tonight in Bobby Roode. We will see Baron Corbin go one-on-one in a non-title match against the ECW Television Champion, Dean Ambrose, which should be an interesting affair to say the least. Both these men certainly got the backing of the crowd since being on ECW, and it'll be interesting to see who can get the win in that one. Would kind of say favourite course to Corbin due to his, due to his size advantage, his strength advantage. However, Dean Ambrose is certainly someone who doesn't really care about advantages and will just go all out in order to get that win. And then, of course, our main event, as stated, will be that fatal four-way to determine the #1 contender for the ECW Championship. However, before that, we are going to hear from the ECW Champion himself. We will be hearing from Seth Rollins later on here tonight, just before that main event, about the the return of one coward, the return of a false man just in general, the return of a fake, the return of Diamond Dallas Page at One Night Stand. As you can tell, Page's punishments roll on once more here tonight. Diamond Dallas Page not in the arena and will not be challenging for that #1 contendership for the ECW Championship. Why? Page does not deserve it. That is simply why. He does not and will not deserve the opportunity to be in the ring with Seth Rollins once more. He does not deserve that spotlight on him that he stole from so many others to try and be shone back onto him. I said it a One Night Stand, and I will say it again here. I don't care how biased I come across. I don't care how much of a pig-ignorant general manager I'm perceived to be. Diamond Dallas Page has forced the hand, has forced my hand, the hand that matters around here. And at the end of the night, I said the words, "Welcome to your deathbed." Page, that deathbed is coming closer and closer. That coffin lid is coming closer and closer to closing on you, to suffocating your life away into a life in the shadows, a life where no one knows who you are, who you were, and no one will bother to care. I will end your career, Page. And why? Because you were so selfish, so self-minded. And all the times where you cared about the crowd, we knew that was just to fuel your own agenda. You did it to fuel. You did it to fund your own bank account, fund your own ego. And I will not stand for that anymore. This is Seth Rollins' place now. Learn your place around here. Learn where you belong. And just give up. Do us all a favor, Paige. Just give up. Focusing back on the matchup right now, which I've had to talk over due to the... See, once again, Diamond Dallas Page forcing me to take my mind off the others, forcing me to try and put a spotlight onto him. That is how Diamond Dallas Page operates, but Suicide has been in the majority of control over Dean Malenko. Malenko may have got that DDT on the apron, but it seems to have been invalid. Suicide being in total control. There's a rolling sent on. Fireman's carry sent on. And Suicide just kind of toying with Malenko now. He's got to be aware the end is near. And if this is how Dean Malenko performs against Suicide, you know, if this is how one of the former Cruiserweight champions performs against Suicide, imagine what the majority of the Cruiserweight division are going to have to deal with. There's the DOA. Dead on arrival for 1, 2, 3, and still. Cruiserweight champion, Suicide. Didn't even seem that difficult for the man. There's I mean, Dean Malenko tried, as we saw. Dean Malenko really gave it his all to get that win here, but there is something about Suicide that is just gonna prove to be ever so difficult to take that Cruiserweight Championship away from him. The next time we will see Suicide defend that Cruiserweight Championship now will be at ECW Heatwave, about 5 weeks away from now. And you can tell how he feels about being here once more, as I said at the start of the matchup. His perceived belief about everything. He just doesn't care. He just wants to make people suffer. And now he's got a Cruiserweight Championship on his shoulder. But he looks to keep his for as long as possible to prove that he is the most dominant Cruiserweight there is within this division. It really begs the question, who can stop Suicide within the Cruiserweight Championship division here on ECW? I have absolutely no idea, but we're going to move on to our next contest now. The Usos against the Authors of Pain. Here come the Usos getting ready for this matchup. I still don't get why they did what they did at One Night Stand, but the Usos stated it as follows. The Usos believed that they were sick and tired of this Authors of Pain hype. That they show up, that they make a miraculous return to this universe, and they prove that they are not about how they used to be. They're not about their Samoan heritage. They're not about whatever, the bright colors that followed them beforehand. They are here with one aspect in mind, to take those titles away. But no, the focus is not on the Usos and all the hard work they've done to get back in this universe, but rather some fresh faces, some fresh blood that does not really belong to be here. The Usos responded with, what do the Authors of Pain truly possess? They have power, and that's it. They have nothing to like about them. The Usos have a personality, they have an actual humanic beliefs to them. As opposed to the Authors of Pain, they are not a team that is just meant with destruction in mind. The Authors of Pain, they say, just heads towards the ring and beat people up. They don't care about this brand. They don't care about beliefs about them. They don't care about anything. Like we saw with Suicide just a moment ago. The Usos have said that the Authors of Pain are ignorant, are one-dimensional, not only within the ring, but in their mindset as well. And the Usos have said they would love to knock these two men down a peg and prove just who the attention should have gone to when both teams were making their arrival within this universe. The Authors of Pain made a mistake showing up in this universe when the Usos did, because now they've got to deal with a brotherhood, really. They've got to deal with two men who know each other better than any other men could. They have got to deal with the Usos. And here tonight we will see if that claim by Jimmy and Jay is strong enough to knock off the dominant Akam and Razor, a team that was seconds away from capturing those tag team titles at One Night Stand, if not for the men that stand in the ring with them right now. We are going to see who is going to get the win. I believe it's Jimmy Uso starting things off against Akam, and let's get this one underway. As this one gets underway, I mean, you know, I just discussed the points that the Usos had made, you know, about how they are wanting to be here to make a mark and make a statement, and that the Authors of Pain arrived at the wrong time, but they kind of contradicted themselves within their point by just saying, look at what the Authors of Pain have. Power. Yep, and they've been incredibly devastating since showing that power, since they've shown up. You know, the entire time they've used their power, look at what they've done. They showed up, they used their power, they destroyed Blake and Murphy. They destroyed Akira Tozawa. In Akam's case, he destroyed Jimmy Uso in that Fatal 4-Way. Whoever else was in that Fatal 4-Way. I believe Bray, Wyatt, and Gargano were as well, if memory serves me correct. He destroyed all of them in that matchup, though, Akam did, when he had his opportunity to get his hands on them. So it's not a matter of, you know, they've only got power. It's the fact that power is their best thing. It's what they bring to the table the most. I mean, come on, just look at Razor there with that running clothesline. If you're able to execute something like that, doesn't really matter how one-dimensional you are in most cases. The fact that you can do something like that really causes problems for the opposition. Jimmy Uso trying to fight back there temporarily, but Razor just brings it to a halt. You got to think that whoever wins this matchup may wind up next in line for these ECW Tag Team titles. Maybe I have other things in mind, maybe regarding a certain DIY. I mean, last time we saw DIY in action, they defeated the Dirty Heels, so maybe the winner will fight DIY for the Tag Team title opportunity at Heatwave. You never know. Razor right now, though, look at his agility he's possessing there to do that in the corner, and Jey Uso's had enough. Jey Uso trying to get something going here to help his brother back into this matchup, but even on his own, Razor is able to sort that problem out. So easy for him to just slam Jey Uso down on the mat there. Shrugged off that attempted strike from Jimmy Uso now. Irish whip though, and forearm misses. Razor comfortably rests against the ropes. What more though will Razor look for here? This is looking dangerous. Snake eyes right down on onto the head of Jimmy Uso. Good counter there by Uso, though, able to get a slam off. So I find weird about the Authors of Pain. They possess incredibly, you know, they are huge men in that aspect. They have tremendous strength to them, but they are fairly easy to slam. Not too sure how, but that's certainly something that has been discovered over the last few weeks. Look at the strength right there, though. One simple strike countered by a demanding and devastating headbutt by Razor, who walks over to the corner now, tags back in Akam. And that was simple. That was just easy strength being possessed by the Authors of Pain there. They didn't even have to try to execute that. Alright, not too sure what just happened there, but something certainly did. And Akam so confident with the ability of his dominance, his and Razor's dominance, that he just takes a moment there to taunt in the corner. Finally, a tag made in here. In comes Jey Uso. Maybe this matchup can turn to the favor of the Usos. Look at the strength being possessed there. Perhaps trying to say they can combat strength with strength. But Razor, oh, toppled him onto Akam. And all Akam felt was a little bit of pain in his foot. It was knee even. Yep, that's me being incredibly aware of the human body right there. Simple punch in the face there, and already Jey Uso in trouble. Face first into the mat, he went there, and well, he's still got a bit of fight left in him. Leaping headbutt there onto Akam, but it's been a huge uphill battle for the Usos since this match got underway. German suplex there. Oh, getting kneed. Oh, good God, not only getting kneed there, but getting completely flattened by Akam. That may have been the beginning of the end. Here we go. What they call the last chapter. Right into the big boot of Razor. Dragged into the middle of the ring. Doesn't even bother to hook the leg. Look at how slow Jimmy Uso is to get into the ring. And it's a dominant, destructive, whatever else you can use really to fill in the blanks for that win. All of them fit the bill. It's a win for the Authors of Pain, nevertheless, and they did it with ease. They practically did it without even trying. The Usos signed up basically for their own punishment when they got involved at One Night Stand, and tonight, the Authors of Pain have extracted that punishment. They have responded well, and now it seems as if they are on their way to another opportunity at the Dirty Heels. Maybe at Heatwave, maybe at a future date, but do not be surprised if at some point down the line you see these two men challenging once more for those ECW Tag Team titles. Well, there's the win for the Authors of Pain, and we're going to move on now to the matchup advertised earlier on. Roderick Strong, Aleister Black. Two incredible wrestlers, to be fair, in their own aspect. Roddy Strong, master of the backbreaker. And he's going to hope that he can be able to utilize that against Aleister Black now and bring whatever Aleister Black, and counter whatever Aleister Black can bring to the table. I hope it's enough to defeat the newest member of the Wyatt family. Well, here comes Roddy towards the ring. First time we've seen Roddy in quite a while thinking about it. Obviously, since the draft took place, the ECW roster and subsequently the Four Horsemen were a bit shaken up by it, and we haven't seen the Horsemen at their peak in quite some time. Well, with that being said, it's a strong opportunity here tonight for the Horsemen to get some recognition back to their name. Roddy picks up a win over Aleister Black. That's huge. Corbin beats Ambrose. That's huge. Jericho becomes the #1 contender. Incredible night right there and then for the Four Horsemen. However, when this man comes out, you kind of feel a chill run down the back of your spine, and a chill run through the entire arena as a whole. We saw this man last week decimate TJ Perkins, I previously discussed. Now here tonight, he looks to do the same to Roderick Strong. There is Aleister Black. He comes alone here tonight. No Bray Wyatt, no Braun Strowman. Just Aleister Black by himself. Getting ready to go to battle with Roderick Strong. You don't really know how to react when you see Black heading towards the ring. It's kind of it's difficult to explain in the best of ways. You don't know what to do. I mean, it's just a serious chill is the best way to always describe it. It's just, this man is a perfect fit for the Wyatt family, really. Just in every aspect, he belongs in that, that whole mind games kind of mentality, that whole I don't want to really say otherworldly, but that whole counterculture kind of vibe. That is what they possess, and that is what Aleister Black possesses as well. And now here tonight we see if he can get another win over another superstar, this time being Roderick Strong. It would be a big win for Black, of course, and it'd be a huge win for Strong as well, to try and dethrone the momentum of Aleister Black. You can certainly see Roddy Strong not phased at the sight of Aleister Black. Certainly wanted to take the fight to him right off the bat there. Black just kind of let him walk towards him. It was almost as if what Black wanted to do. I think he did it last week against TJ Perkins as well. Elbow right in the leg there, and as this matchup is going to continue on, we got to think, is there going to be a sign of Samoa Joe at any point? Of course, at One Night Stand, the main reason why Strowman defeated Samoa Joe was due to this man, Aleister Black, making his debut in the universe right there and then. Since then, we have not seen Samoa Joe. And I promise you, whenever we see Joe, whenever the theme hits or whatever, whenever Joe is in that ring, I promise you that right there and then, I can confirm that matchup will be signed for Heatwave. Once I have knowledge that Joe is in the building, that Joe is wanting to fight at Heatwave, we will see Samoa Joe and Aleister Black go one-on-one. But right now, it's this match, and what an enziguri there by Aleister Black. Hopped up there on one foot and was able to nail that. Gotta watch out for those devastating kicks that Black possesses. They were enough to completely floor Samoa Joe at One Night Stand. They could be enough to floor Roddy Strong again here tonight. There's a Uranagi there, almost akin to what Bray Wyatt labels as one of his signature maneuvers. The strength there of Black just launched him over his shoulder there. And now, devastating hold locked in here. That arm, that leg twisted at such an awkward angle, but it's enough. There was enough of a gap for Roddy Strong to fight out of it, and maybe now Roddy could turn the matchup into his favour. You see the mentality here of Roddy. Flooring Black. The longer he keeps Black on the floor, really, the less chance Black has of using those kicks. Taking away one of Aleister Black's key strengths, really, within this entire match. Black right now. Ducks under. Oh, it's a spinning kick right in the face. That could have ended it right there. So quick. But no, Roddy out. Still early days in this matchup. But good God, that kick into the face was so quick. It just hit it in an instant. Nice work there by Roddy. Quick arm drag. Can he bide himself some breathing room to try and recover from that kick right in the face? Maybe so. Tremendous scoop slam there. Cover here, there's one, and that's about it. Aleister Black able to get out of the way, and now looking for a devastating move here onto the leg of Roddy. Taking away that base of Roddy Strong there. He's going to be relying on his legs a lot to hold up his opponents for those moves that he uses to bring tremendous pain to the back, and Aleister Black just looking to take that away from him. What a brainbuster that was now as Black heads up high. Will he look for that double foot stomp? No! Looks for a leg drop. Look at that. He misses it and he's right back up to his feet. Black almost feeling no pain there from what took place. Stiff elbow in the head by Roddy Strong. I imagine that's retaliation for all the stiff kicks Roddy Strong's been receiving throughout this entire match. Black now got him right where he wants him, unloading here with strikes, and here come the kicks now. Look at those kicks, right in the chest, and finishing one off with a spin kick in the chest right there and then. If I was Black right now, I'd follow that up with a double foot stomp, I think. Seal this one for good, but no, Roddy's up to his feet and he's fighting back. Black though quick to counter. Quick to kick him in the leg once more. Belly to belly, counted again. And right now has that arm locked in place. But what a counter by Roddy there. Able to get out of that. And now can Roddy unload with offense. Countering that kick in that attempted kick. And now Roddy Strong. He has him right where he wants him. Suplex. Backbreaker by Strong. Good God almighty. He nails it onto Black, but he can't take an advantage. He can't take the initiative and try and turn it into a 3 count. Roddy too damaged already, and Black just able to turn onto his stomach before Roddy could try for a pinfall attempt. Real changing in the match though for Roddy Strong. Can certainly use that to his advantage right now. Strong countered, and oh, what a meteora there off the top rope by Aleister Black. And now Black looks set to end this one up to that top rope to make his mentor Bray Wyatt happy. The double foot stomp into the chest. Look at that, just caught him so well in the chest, and that should be that. Or not. Roddy powers out of the counter 2 there and somehow finds a way to keep this matchup alive. But look at I'm so surprised by this. Roddy is not only able to take incredible amounts of punishment, but he's able to fight back on each occasion. Now up on his shoulders. Roddy, double knee gut buster to Black, but Black doesn't go down. Roddy Strong off the ropes. Drop kick misses. Looked like he it was like a carpet burn effect, really. Maybe he slammed his head into the mat after he hit that drop kick. Black right now just staring at Roddy Strong, who looks for that suplex backbreaker once more, maybe. Up in the air. Black, oh, he took too long, and Black used that to his advantage. But Strong able to just calm the pace down temporarily. What more will Roddy Strong look to do here? Oh, into that second turnbuckle. I don't think he was expecting that at all. Great move there by Roddy and into a quick cover, hoping for the win over Black. Not to be, just the 1 count. Imagine if Aleister Black is able to pick up huge amounts of wins over the next few weeks. You know, we're going to see 2 undefeated men in the, following Bray Wyatt. Braun Strowman still yet to suffer a loss in this universe, and the same could be said for Black if he's able to go out through opponent after opponent, and he may be going through strong right here, spin kick in the face. Here's the replay of it, ducks under, and I think it's the heel of the boot just cracks him right in that jaw. That should bring an end to that. 1, 2, 3. It's a win for Aleister Black. And, well, he continues to pick up win after win as he awaits the arrival of Samoa Joe, I assume. Black doing his mentor Wyatt proud, and here he is! Speak of him! Joe is here! Finally, Samoa Joe makes a return and goes after Aleister Black. Samoa Joe has waited since One Night Stand to get his hands on this man, to get his hands on the man who cost him the opportunity to beat Strowman. And now, Samoa Joe unloading. With this being said now, I said when he showed up, I confirm it, these 2 men now destined to meet the heat wave. But Joe wants to have a fight right here, right now tonight. Black in a world of trouble, unable to fight back right now against Samoa Joe. Flattened twice. Are we on? We're back? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was a turn of events right there. You all saw Samoa Joe going after Aleister Black, but that, the Wyatt graphic came up, but nothing happened. Well, oh, good. Why? What? Bobby Roode! Bobby Roode now targeting Corbin! I was going to use this point to talk about what just happened, but it seems not to be. Baron Corbin blindsided by the man who's set to challenge for an opportunity to become the number 1 contender for the ECW Championship in just a moment's time. Corbin was meant to fight Ambrose right now, but instead blindsided by the man who he's been trading blows with since One Night Stand. Corbin and Roode right now brawling on the entranceway. Now about to brawl in the ring, it seems. Into the ring we go here. Referee just kind of has to stand there right now. He's utterly powerless to what's going on. Corbin fighting back, putting the boots to Bobby Roode right there. But Roode able to respond. Roode able to fight back right now. Look at this by Roode. Like a capture suplex. Launching him over his head as if he was nothing. Toying with the lone wolf. Bobby Roode almost suggesting that Corbin, he is stuck in Corbin's head. And Roode is always going to be able to get a jump on him whenever he wants to. The Glorious One now up high. And delivers a splash right into the ribs. Right into the gut of Baron Corbin. Corbin clutching his ribs in pain. And this matchup is not going to happen. This match has been thrown out the window right here and right now. Bobby Roode plays spoiler, so we're going to quickly move on to our next point, which is the arrival of this man, the ECW champion. Maybe in this quick little window of madness that just occurred, Seth Rollins can bring prosperity, can bring balance, he can bring peace to ECW, just like he did at WrestleMania when he captured that ECW championship. But I know Rollins has got some words to say about Diamond Dallas Page, and I am willing to let them all be spilled here tonight. I don't disagree with anything Seth Rollins is saying right here, right now. This has nothing to do with those 4 men up next. This is to do with him and Page, the man who Seth Rollins defeated at WrestleMania to win that ECW championship, the man who we believed was done for after WrestleMania. Rollins stating the truth. He has forced the hand of him and I. We are destined, really, to end Diamond Dallas Page once and for all. And there's the threat. If not at Heatwave, it will end. Rollins reiterating a point that I have said on 2 occasions now. Welcome to your deathbed, Diamond Dallas Page. Seth Rollins will stand above it as well and spit on that grave. This is no longer a little bit of a back and forth battle now. This is one man's conquest to ruin ECW and one man's attempt to save what he built from the ground up. Diamond Dallas Page wants to choose to play spoiler in amongst all this. Let him try, but let him fail. Let him fall where the NWO did. Let him fall where so many others who tried to defy Seth Rollins fell. Let him lie there in pain, agony, torture, whatever other word you can think of. Page will lay there for good. Once Seth Rollins is done with him, that is that. That is not a threat. That is not a warning. That is a promise. I promise you, the next time Seth Rollins gets his hands on Diamond Dallas Page, you will never want to utter the words DDP. You will never want to utter Diamond Dallas Page. You will never want to utter the letters DDP. You will never want to make the diamond symbol. You won't even want to think about the diamond cutter. Because all it will bring memories into your head of is torture, agony, and the destruction of a human being in his own selfish and callous ways. But right now, the focus is not on Diamond Dallas Page. The focus is on who will challenge Seth Rollins for the ECW Championship at Heatwave. First out is Bray Wyatt. How come Wyatt's in this matchup but not Strowman, you may wonder? Well, the fact of the matter is, whatever opportunity that Strowman may win, he hands it over to Bray Wyatt. He hands it over to the man right now who's apparently lost his neck temporarily. He hands it over to Wyatt, and I am not going to get in the way of Strowman and Wyatt wanting their way around here. In case you've forgotten what Braun Strowman looks like, keep it that way, because it's probably better for your mind. How come Tony Nese is in this matchup? He hasn't really won that much recently. Nese always impresses me week after week, and I've said, Rollins and I are looking to make this place the land of opportunity. We're looking to give those who would not be gifted a chance on other rosters the opportunity to prove themselves. And that is exactly what the premium athlete is getting here tonight. Tony Nese has really impressed me and won me over since his debut in this universe. Hang on, I'm getting something through on my... Okay, right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce that... Okay, yep, okay, I've got it now. As Bobby Roode heads towards the ring, I would like to announce that Chris Jericho has relinquished his ECW Championship opportunity. This is still a fatal 4-way match. There is another man destined to be in this matchup. There's another man who's going to get this opportunity to be in this match, but it is not Jericho. It is going to be someone else. My best bet is maybe it's Corbin, as an attempt of repaying him for what just took place. Maybe it's someone who has... Maybe it's AJ Styles. Maybe Jericho thinks AJ Styles deserves another opportunity at Rollins. But right now, that has really put a spanner in the works for the main event here. Perhaps all these men who have studied Chris Jericho, how he's going to work, especially Roode. Roode is someone who always looks at his opponents and realizes their strengths and weaknesses before he fights them. But now it's really a big wonder as to who is going to be involved in that matchup now. Who is going to fill in for Chris Jericho? Not too sure right now, but this place is going absolutely wild for Bobby Roode once more, singing along to the theme of the Glorious One, as they do time and time again. As I've said once, I've said it once and I'll say it again. You can love or you can hate Roode, but you cannot stop yourself from singing along to that theme. Right, well, Jericho's not here, but who's filling in his place? Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Oh my god. Chris Jericho, you will now lay in the same bed as this man. You will now proceed to dig your own grave, as you too are blinded by the viewpoints of this man. Jericho, what the hell have you just got yourself into? What the hell were you thinking? Giving your chance to have a main event opportunity against Seth Rollins, a main event for a chance to win a title that you have craved, that some people say you deserve. But no, you give in to the man who will never repay you back for this opportunity, who will never give you a shot at this title, even if he was to come close to winning it. Chris Jericho has stabbed ECW in the back to fuel the greed of Diamond Dallas Page, to fuel the selfish interest of the disgusting, revolting human being in the ring right now, going after Bray Wyatt. For God's sake, Bobby Roode, please win this match. Nese, win this match. Wyatt, win this match. Anyone win this match but you. If you win this, Page, I have no idea what you are. Oh, you, I should say, have no idea what I'm going to have in store for you. You thought Pentagon Jr. last week was a bit of a problem for you. You thought that was a struggle for you. Oh, just wait until you see what I've got lined up for you over the next few weeks to come. I was giving you a week to recover here, Paige, because you were going to need it. You were going to need it with the people I had next in line for you. But now you want to try and go after a championship that you have no right in challenging for? A title in which you do not even belong in the top 15 of the rankings in? Oh boy. You are going to be in for a fun few weeks before Heatwave, even if you come close to winning this matchup. Come on, Wyatt. Fight back. Come on, Roode. Come on, Nese. I don't care if Roode lays down for Nese or if Nese lays... If Nese lays down for Roode. That would be best. That would be the best interest possible. They lay down, the other man gets the opportunity to fight for the title. Job done. DDP doesn't get that opportunity. Guys, if you do it, there's a lot of money in it for you. A lot of money, a lot of opportunity, and hell, maybe I'll even put, you know, get really nice for you on the road to Heatwave. I mean, I'm already really nice to Roode, and I'm already, as you can tell, giving opportunities to Nese, but even nicer. Wyatt, I mean, you probably want a new chair, right? You probably want something. You want something, you can get that something. Just pin him. That's all you need to do. Don't let me down. And he certainly isn't letting me down right now. Right in the gut there of Diamond Dallas Page. Yes. Yes, Wyatt. This is exactly what I wanted to witness. Spinebuster on the outside by Roode now. Cover onto Nese after it. Hoping it's enough to nail him. The opportunity at Seth Rollins. Please let it be. Alright, Nese kicks out at 2. That's not a surprise. Nese is a tough fighter. But here we go. Bray Wyatt about to secure himself the opportunity to fight Seth Rollins. Sister Abigail on the inside. Glorious bomb on the outside. God damn it. Come on, ref. Quick. No, Bray. Bray, what are you doing? Bray, no. There's problems in amongst this main event. These three men shouldn't even be fighting each other. That's exactly what they're doing. They should all be ganging up on the man in the ring. What are you doing, guys? Seriously. Look at the man in the ring. Look at how he's never fought for any of you at all. Look at how often he goes against you. Look at how he's gone against the beliefs of ECW by stealing an opportunity from another man. Stealing an opportunity for his own. An opportunity that Chris Jericho deserved. But no. In fact, he didn't even steal it. Jericho graced it to him. Jericho was stupid enough to do that. Nese. Oh, if you had hit that suplex out, the world would have been so much better. Just complete calamity on the all over the place right now. Covering the ring, but Nese is out very early. Come on, Nese, please keep fighting. On the outside, Roode and Wyatt continuing to go at it. Roode Certainly, he should be feeling some kind of momentum after blindsiding Corbin a moment ago. After, blindsiding Corbin before this matchup. Come on, do something, Roode. No, no, counter this, Nese. Counter it. Diamond bomb. Glorious bomb. But Roode can't cover. No, no. Oh my God. No. This is a nightmare. This has to be a nightmare. Don't tell me I have to put advertising campaigns. I have to put billboards out there. I have to put pay-per-view posters out there advertising Diamond Dallas Page once more. Oh, good God. Ladies and gentlemen, ECW once more on the road path to be ruined by the selfish viewpoints of one man. Diamond Dallas Page attempting to fail ECW and bring it back down to the depths that it once was at, just to bring himself some own success and just to bring himself some own happiness into his bank account. Rollins will see you soon, Page, and it is not going to be a pretty sight in the slightest.